excited.
Entonces,
Nice stipple.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Roger, you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage, SmackDown. Hold the title, this is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
Then you will die. What's going on, guys? What's going on, Tom? What's going on, everybody? Tom, I'm here with Totowa Tom, and he's here with Savage from Wrestling with Savage, and we're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw. I actually liked Raw tonight, but Tom, you sent me a video earlier. Can you give me a little backstory to this video that we're about to play for everybody?
So there was a wrestler for ISPW and for the WWE and WCW named Ace Darling. He now goes by his real name, which is Mike Moraldo. And he has a channel on YouTube called Wrestling Then and Now. And what he does is he interviews all different sorts of people. And I found this clip with Dave LaGreca, who he interviewed last week, and I thought it was a hoot.
I am the ISPW Manager of the Year for 2022. You know, I beat out such luminaries as some of the biggest. Yeah, I
think you're the only manager, no?
No. I think you need to look over that roster. There's a lot of managers, but I'm the Manager of the Year. I have that. You know, my many accolades that hang on my wall. ISPW Manager of the Year for 2022.
They don't just give those plaques to anybody. Come on.
And I got to say this, little known information, but if you remember, you set up a match with me and Rick Recon against the Now. I got injured in that match. I hurt my foot. Oh, yeah. I injured my foot. And I have been hobbling ever since the weekend before Halloween. I will get my revenge on you at some point in 2023. That will happen. Because you set me up in a match with one of the greatest tag teams of all time of ISPW. And who am I? I'm a 51-year-old man. I should.
Wow.
Yeah, so the backstory on that is basically what he said. He was in his man, Rick Recon, who I believe you've had on this show, right?
Yeah. No, actually, no. Rick Recon had to bail on me because he had to, quote unquote, work because someone at his new job that he just got doing security died.
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, it seemed like a lot. It seemed like more than just like, hey, I can't make it tonight.
I know he's open to podcasts. Hey, Jay.
No worries, Travis. What's going on? What's going on, Jay? Welcome back to the show.
I know he's open. So
no, we'll get him on here. You reach out to him, see if he wants to come on. I still have his whole slideshow set up. I have everything set up.
Okay.
The interview, the questions, the slides.
It's missing
the wrestler. It's just missing the wrestler. Actually having some difficulty uploading the Raw slideshow. Or is this it? Did we get it finally? No, I did the screen share. Which is good too, because we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. But before we even get into this, which I want to get into that, let me preview this so it looks a little bigger. We're definitely going to talk about that first. I think we should talk about this first, because for me, after last night, after watching that match and being a wrestling fan for 36 of the 39 years that I've been on this planet, I'm telling you right now, Totowa Tom, that was the best match I've ever seen in my life. It was better than Hulk Hogan and Warrior. It was better than Rock and
Please stop.
It was perfect, Jay. Jay, it was perfect. You go ahead. Tell me what you thought about the match, Jay.
No, I'll let you go.
I loved it. I didn't think they made any mistakes. They stepped up the pace gradually. There was a couple of missed things here and there, but nothing major, Jay. Nothing that made the match bad. great chain wrestling, and a story being told, and they kept you on the edge of your seat like a good movie. That's what I loved about it. It wasn't this boring 0-0. There was some drama. There was some DQs. There were some pins. There was some covers. There was some tap outs. There was all kinds of twists and turns. There was overtime. There was Tony Khan getting involved. This match went the distance. I mean, we're talking about a match that was almost 70 minutes. And to keep me entertained for 70 minutes isn't easy to do. And not only entertained, but enthralled. And to me, I don't care what match I see at WrestleMania. This is what WrestleMania's main event should have been this year. This match. Good luck to everyone in WWE, even trying to come close to telling the story of watching the student and the master go to work here. And don't make a Bryan Danielson is the master, and he has forced MJF to elevate his game. A guy that only wrestled 11 times last year, or 8 times, whatever it was. And look at the kind of work he put in to keep up with Danielson and put on a clinic, in my opinion. So go ahead, Jay. I'd love to hear. Tom, I don't think saw the match yet, but he is.
How about Tom?
I didn't see it, Jay.
He didn't.
I didn't see the match.
Whoa.
I didn't get the pay-per-view.
I have to put you on, brother, after the show. But wow, I can't believe that. I thought you would be first in line.
No.
Okay, Savage. I gotta tell you, man. A match like this, I gotta rate it. If it's 5 stars, I'm going 4. I'm going 4 3/4.
You're bugging.
I'm gonna tell you why. It's not a masterpiece. I'm not saying it's bad. Look where I'm going. 4 3/4. I'm gonna tell you why. I hated the spot where MJF got busted open. It made no sense to me. I felt there was many other spots early in the match and during the midway point, which was probably the best we ever seen in the last 10 minutes of wrestling. But there was many spots to do it. They could have just busted him open when he got hit in the ring post. And he got hit in the ring post twice. But a headbutt that nowhere near his head and he cuts himself as I see it, I didn't like that part. That's the only thing I hate about that match. But let's talk about the referee.
I can understand that, but still, 70 minutes and you're talking about 1 minute that changed the whole match for you?
Let's talk about the referee. The inconsistency of counting, period. Just period. That's by far the worst referee I ever seen. That guy should get fired. I don't know his name. But I'm gonna tell you another spot that I didn't like. And I hate to ruin it for Tom because he hasn't seen it, but I gotta say it. The low blow. The low blow. And they didn't even count nothing. The referee just stood there stupidly, didn't count nothing. It was damn freaking stupid man in the mask Excalibur explaining the situation. No, guys, it's tied. No, that was a DQ. There was no call on that. I didn't like that. Another silly part I didn't like in the match, the oxygen tank. I hated that. I'm going to tell you why. You know why? It's just silly, an oxygen tank. And on top of that, they didn't even try to cover it in front of the referee.
Well, real quick, let me just give everybody a shout out. Shout out to Stephen Chambers. Shout out to Mick Thomason. Shout out to Travis, Willie P. We have also Anthony Graves in the chat. Man, we appreciate you all being here. Stay tuned. Appreciate you being in here. He doesn't believe Tom didn't see the match, but that's okay. Anthony's taking the night off. He's not feeling too well. And we even have Grandma Daisy in here. Bob Holly. Evil Doink. Bob Holly.
There's still more other things I got wrong with this match, too.
Listen, man, to me, the referee gripe, you're not completely wrong on. The referee should have been someone who was a senior official. But here's the difference between me and you.
It was
I am not paying attention to the referee for 70 minutes, my friend. I am watching the movement of MJF. I am watching the movement of Bryan Danielson. As far as the moves go, and the move selection and the pace of the match and the buildup of the excitement. It was a great match. It was a great match. For me, as a fan of MJF, that's now my favorite match of all time. I had more fun with that match than any other match I've seen in years, man. Years.
I'm still, listen, it may be some hate, but
it's all good.
I'm still going to go with Zayn and Reigns as still my favorite number 1. This will be my number 2.
Can I ask something?
Sure.
So typically an AEW match, has a lot of high spots. Do you think the fact that they gave them an hour last night allowed them to take their time? Like, in other words, if they were given a regular 25, 30 minutes, would it have been too much?
No, 100%. It was perfectly done, man. They did everything absolutely perfect.
The
man.
60 minutes helped, is what you're saying.
60 minutes. It was like 70 mintes with the overtime.
Either way, it helped, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Right?
It was 65.
Because, typically in AEW, they stuff like, 10 pounds of shit into a 2-pound container. You know what I'm trying to say? So
Absolutely.
I think probably the Iron Man stipulation helped.
Well, think about
I will
it.
watch it. I will watch it.
Whether it's 65 or 68, this was all gimmick because Excalibur and
68
everyone were
minutes.
saying this is going to be the longest match in AEW history, and by far it is. And that's what the whole.
I love the match. Everybody should watch it. I just wanted to talk about it because it deserves it. It deserves it. It stole the week. It stole the month. It stole my heart. And I don't even think anything at WrestleMania is going to top this. And that's just my honest opinion. But we got to get into Monday Night Raw. We see Raw opening up, of course, with Paul Heyman telling Jimmy, you got to get the job done tonight. We got this match coming up. This is gonna start off tonight. Kevin Owens takes on the Bloodline Solo Sikoa in a supposedly highly personal showdown. KO takes it to the outside. Solo basically brings him into the ring, completely misses the opening attack. I don't know if you guys caught that. That was not cool at all. I didn't like it. Did you catch that, Jay? That clothesline that missed at the beginning of the match?
Nah, I didn't. I must have not seen that.
KO tried to get the stunner, gets his running senton in the corner, senton off the top rope. The other one was a running cannonball, excuse me. And then, of course, Jimmy has to get involved, and, the match is over. DQ. Sami Zayn, though, makes the save. He comes out, offers KO a handshake, but it's not going to happen. KO just gets out of the ring and leaves. What did you guys think of the opening match of the night? Tom?
I mean, as far as like the storyline,
storyline progression, the whole dynamic between KO and
match was
Jay.
fine. I thought where it shined was once again they are taking their time. The fact that Kevin Owens did not shake Sammy's hand, they're keeping the storyline going. They're taking their time. I love that. I really do. I love the fact that he got out of the ring and just walked away.
Yeah, it was good stuff. We're going to see Bobby Lashley up next. But, Jay, what did you think about KO? And obviously, they're really working that whole angle. Obviously, we'll get more into that at the end of the night with what happened. But bottom line is this. Tonight, Sammy tried to help KO. Actually, he did help KO. And KO was gone after this match. He wants nothing to do with Sami Zayn at all, from what it looks like.
All I say is be patient, folks. Just be patient.
Be patient. It's coming.
But let me talk about this match real fast. These guys are heavy hitters, guys. I think they got great chemistry. The match didn't do it for me, though, but I understand the DQ because, let's face it, Solo losing is really rare, and they protected him tonight. So, job well done.
That's not a bad take. I guess. I mean, I'm not a big fan of this opening match because the reason I wasn't really a big fan of this opening match, to be honest with you, is because they have Solo built up as this like destroyer character, right? He's a badass, he kicks ass, but then you put him in there with a KO and he's not going to be able to just kick the shit out of KO like the way he wants to. He's got to put him in headlocks. He's got to I don't know. To me, Solo doing like headlocks and stuff like that doesn't go with his character. You know what I'm talking about? There was a spot in the match where he put KO like in a little headlock to kind of slow things down. I don't want to see Solo get caught up in these routine choreographed matches that kind of diminish his character. I mean, he's either a badass or he's not. It doesn't matter who he's in the ring with. Just because he's in the ring with Kevin Owens doesn't, like, if anything, they should have had Jimmy come in with the DQ quicker.
Was that headlock done during a split screen or was that done during a commercial?
It was definitely set up for a commercial time, but my point is you only have one chance to really mold the interpretation of the fan's perspective on a character. And once you diminish it, It's hard to rebuild it. Just like Omos will never be a Colossus again in my eyes. no matter who he beats up. Same thing here. How can I look at Solo as this monster when he's having trouble with Kevin Owens? And no matter, Kevin Owens is great. He is. He's great. He's a legend. But you put him in the ring with him, you're taking away from that character. When you want to push him later on and make him that monster, no one's going to look at him as a monster. They're going to remember as a guy. He's putting a headlock on KO. Maybe I'm overanalyzing the shit out of that. I don't like it for his character, but I'll keep it moving. We have Bobby Lashley coming out, keeping it very short and sweet. He's tired of kid games. You're not a man, Bray. You sent a man with a mask to attack me on SmackDown. What's it going to take for you to face me like a man? And that was literally it. Came out, said that, gone. Short, sweet, which is always the best for Bobby. Tom, how about you? Were you happy we didn't see more of Bobby tonight?
Yeah, I think it was Adam Graves who even said it. He said short and sweet and to the point. It was perfect.
That's a possibility.
And I'm not giving up on Omos yet. I know, like you are. I still think there's something there for him. You can't get over the fact of his size. You can't teach that, right? So, and Vince was there.
Want to talk about size? All right, I got you, Tom, because I bet you didn't see this video. But you're going to see this video right now.
Let's get to the video.
Because Savage here is doing big things too, Travis.
Want to know who I am? If you don't know who I am the earthquaking, pillar shape.
Wait, let's rewind.
Savage here live at Invictus Wrestling. I just watched this colossus of a man, this giant. He says he's 6'12", looks more like 7'5" to me. Absolute monster in the ring. Where the hell did you come from? Why don't you tell the Savage Kingdom exactly who you are and what you're going to do to PJ Savage when you take him on? I want you to tell everybody who you are. Want to know who I am? If you don't know who I am the earthquaking, pillar shaking man who stands at 6'12", weighs in at 15% of a metric ton. The guy who ain't corporate, but he's always all about the business, the yacht rock jock. Big Trouble, Ben Bishop, and PJ Savage. I know he's got the Bronx behind him, but let me tell you, the Bronx is the fifth worst borough in New York City. And I don't care who it is. It can be PJ Savage. It can be whoever. I don't care. This is my territory. Invictus is my home. And at the end of the day, PJ is going to be staring up at the lights, and they're going to be counting the 1, 2, 3, and that title will still be hanging over this 6'12" shoulder. Looks like PJ Savage has a hell of a task in front of him. I don't know what he's going to do about all this. This is a big problem right here, and I think this guy's got a bright future in professional wrestling, and we'll see you right here next time on Wrestling with Savage.
And next time is right now. Tom, you see that? That's what Omos does not have. Personality.
True. 1000%.
That guy just cut a killer promo on cue, on demand, live. No takes, no cuts. And I'm a big guy, Tom. You've seen me, right?
Yeah.
Did you see that guy?
Definitely 6'12".
Would you like to see when PJ Savage challenged him? Because you know PJ Savage has that briefcase. Kind of like the Money in the Bank. What is it? Not the Money in the Bank. What is it?
Money in the Bank.
It is Money in the Bank? Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Banger after banger after banger. Mr. Bacon Egg and Cheese himself, PJ Savage. I want that title, but I'm gonna do this the right way. April 28th, right here in the fucking damn Bronx. Everyone is gonna show up because there's 2 words. When it's all said and done, it's gonna define my career, and that is the main event. And it's gonna be you versus me for the social media championship.
So, Tom, I encourage you to come on down when that goes down. That's going to be in April. Speaking of upcoming events, why don't I tell everybody, Tom, I know you're going to be excited about this event. 80s Wrestling Con and Men in Sports Arena in Morristown, New Jersey, May 6th, 2023. From 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., you can come meet Marty Jannetty, He'll be at our vendor table, but there will be a bunch of other stars there. Bret Hart will be there. So many legends. There will be wrestling after the event. So come on down and meet Marty Jannetty. And while you're at it, yes, Matt Cardona has entered the battlefield. I can't wait for this day because I'll be there early. And I promise you, I am going to have a vlog that day. It's going to be a day in the life of Matt Cardona. From the moment he gets out of his car to the moment I get on the commentary table, I will be personally filming everything this man does and says. And he can't do anything about it because I work there. I work there. And it's going to be great. I can't wait to hang out with Matt. I won't be screaming this time, Matt. I promise. All right? I'll talk the whole time. I won't scream at you. You will meet the human being version of me. Also, BPW now doing house shows. Next week, it's like the student show. And it's already sold out. Sold out in 17 hours.
How many do they fit there? A couple hundred?
I'm not sure at that one because they're doing it on a different side of the building. It's not going to be where they do the pay-per-views. Sabu's also entering the battlefield, and this is a pay-per-view that is featured on Premier Streaming Network March 26, 2023. Your boy Savage will be there doing interviews just like this one. Let's watch another interview with Sexy Ryan. You guys know Sexy Ryan? Total what time? Do you know Ryan Patterson?
No, I've never heard of him.
Savage here live at Invictus Pro Wrestling. I'm here with none other than Sexy Ryan. Ryan, you're a busy man. Why don't you tell me a little bit about Invictus, what we've been watching tonight, and of course, put yourself over.
All right, well, here at Invictus Pro Wrestling, we're always unconquered. That's our goal here at Invictus. We've been doing this since September 2020 in the peak of the pandemic, in the middle of a cornfield, paintball field, whatever you want to call it in Flemington, New Jersey, and it's expanded to this. 3 years later, it's incredible. We got, as you saw earlier tonight, some top-notch talent, and we got plenty of more action in store. We keep bringing in the stars, and we keep bringing the fans along with us.
It's been a great time here tonight. Where can everybody follow you, Sexy Ryan?
Well, you can follow me not only here in Invictus Pro Wrestling, but also at WrestlePro, Creator Pro, Ace Pro Wrestling in Jersey, Immortal Championship Wrestling in upstate New York, as well as MMA and kickboxing. But you can follow me at Wrestling MC on Instagram, as well as Brian Peterson on Facebook. It's pretty simple. You can't miss me. You can't miss this. I'm just saying.
Follow him today. Maybe the busiest man in pro wrestling today. Appreciate you, brother.
And one more thing. Make sure to follow Wrestling with Savage because he knows how to bring the savagery back into pro wrestling.
Very smart man. You should listen to him. We'll catch you all next time right here on Wrestling with Savage.
Yeah, that's Tom.
He's
Tom,
awesome.
That is Ryan, and he does commentary. Most of the times he does ring announcing. That's his main gig. He's a ring announcer for Creative Pro and many other promotions. I walked into Invictus and I saw him there. It was crazy when I walked into Invictus. Literally, almost everyone in the building knew who I was.
That's awesome.
They've seen my videos. They've seen me at the other shows. They were at the Brett signing because that guy's whole crew was there. The guy that dresses up like Hulk Hogan, NWO. Yeah. Macho Verse was there, Jay. He actually had his in-ring debut.
That was him, right?
That was him. He had his in-ring debut. It's a small
shout
world.
out to Macho Verse.
So big shout out to Macho Verse. Invictus was a good time. I want to actually get back into Raw, but before we do, real quick, I'll just show you some of the highlights from Invictus. It's just a minute long, and it's worth a look. And they are streaming live. I believe they're on. I'll tell you in a second what they're on.
Savage here live at Invictus Wrestling. I just watched this.
Oh.
Malfunction.
What was that? Very strange. I don't know. Something's acting up tonight. But yeah, Invictus was actually a really good time, and you guys should check it out when you get a chance. I think the internet connection's weak tonight or something. Got a little bar over there. Something's going on. The aliens are landing, Jay, and it's a wrap for us all. I guess we'll just get back to Raw. I'll show you some more upcoming events later. Bobby Lashley, short and sweet. Then we get the interview with Carmella and Chelsea Green's there. You see Adam Pearce in the background. They're making fun of him that he's bald, that they're always, having to fight with this guy. Basically, they don't like him. I don't think they like Adam Pearce. I actually like this interview. I like this pairing, but I'm trying to figure out where it's going. Are they going to do a tag team? Are they going to fight each other? What do you guys think on this one here?
I don't know. I mean, it looks like they're a tag team.
Yeah.
Tag team?
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, probably a tag team because it looks like they're working well together. They have common goals. They want to both see Bianca Belair fail. So Chelsea Green's going to basically accompany Carmella to the ring. And that match is coming up next. It's going to be...
And if you think about it, and maybe if you look down the road, there is a slight possibility where you might have someone like next year, like a Matt Cardona, get involved, and then you can also bring in Corey Graves. Now, I know Corey doesn't wrestle anymore, but I still think there might be something that they can do.
Well, imagine the feud.
Imagine the feud
between Matt Cardona and Montez Ford, and he's got Chelsea Green, and he's got Bianca Belair.
But that I didn't even think about that. But yeah, there you go. You can do that too.
There's a lot of possibilities. But let me say this about tonight's match.
Seth and Becky.
A bunch of possibilities. Bianca Belair to square off against Carmella. Carmella is a natural heel with her expressions, her work in the ring, which has drastically improved. She's actually a great heel. All her heel work with the moves, she was doing like heel-like moves to constantly take control of the match. She did it to put us into break, and then she did it several more times when we came back from break. I knew she was going to lose the match, but she lost it in style. That's what I was thinking at the time when the match was happening. I'm like, yeah, she's doing all this, but she's not going to win. Carmella killed it, though, tonight in this match. Even during the picture-in-picture, I appreciated watching it because I was watching stiff elbow shots that she was landing on Bianca, moonwalking, into the Bronco Buster. Not needed, but it actually looked good tonight. First time in a long time, I was actually really impressed with Carmella in the ring. So many times Bianca tried to come back. Carmella kept shutting her down. Bianca dumps Green into the timekeeper's area. It was a good try by Mella, but Bianca ends up hitting the KOD. And this match is going to be a wrap. And then they try to beat the shit out of her. Chelsea gets in there, does her thing. But then, of course, Asuka with the save. Comes in with the mist, and that was that. Jay, I'll go to you first because I want to know if you agree with me about Carmella tonight. I was really impressed with her work tonight. Did you see the same thing I saw tonight with Carmella?
Why were you impressed?
I don't know. Just her movement, her presence, her moveset, the way she pulled Bianca off the top rope, the way she used her hair to slam her down hard, stiff elbow shots.
And I ask you this, how did she get her moves in? How did she get our offensive moves in?
What do you mean? Like who called the
spots?
spots?
It was interference. Every move she did that she was throwing a punch or a kick, it was all interference.
Yeah, but it was all heel work, though. That's the character. She's playing that massive heel, and Chelsea Green's adding to that.
I'm going to give my real take on this, but I'm going to say the first thing first. If I ever see Bianca Belair do these fucking shitty missed drop kicks, I'm going to break my TV, Savage. I'm going to literally throw a rock and break my TV because the drop kicks are shit. But my real take on this, it was all interference. I'm going to go with Tom. I see the chemistry. I think there's going to be a tag team there. Now, my question to you is, do we see them? Do we book them at WrestleMania?
Right. Who at WrestleMania? Chelsea
Green and Carmella fighting for the tag teams.
Against who?
Like a 3 or 4 way tag team, right?
Oh, you mean they come out next week and interrupt them or something and get involved and make it a triple threat? But now is it? Well, that's later tonight. But it's a 3-on-3. It's not a tag match.
I'm talking about Carmella.
Yeah, who are they going to challenge? Carmella and Chelsea. Who are they going to challenge?
They could get into the mix of the tag team gold.
How? Who would be their third partner?
I don't know how you would put it, but I'd ask you: would you book it? Would you put a tag team like that at WrestleMania? I asked you that.
I would have did a triple threat tag team match, maybe a triple threat TLC match.
It's just
considering Lita's part of the Hardy Boys has that whole thing. Let's see her go off a ladder since she wants to be back so bad.
I think they need a little more time, but
I think
Never
Asuka's
anything
taking the
stopped
title
him.
from Bianca, boys. Like, I feel it. I think Asuka's time is now. I don't know if you agree with me, but I think Asuka's taking that title off Bianca, man.
I like the look because it's different. It's not silly. But I really feel, and my real take on this, I really feel that Bianca Belair is going to keep her belt. One thing she has not done, Savage and Tom, she has not walked into WrestleMania as champion, have not walked out of WrestleMania as champion. That could happen.
Listen, Bianca still calls way too many spots. It's
I agree.
blatantly obvious.
I agree.
She's still super green to have this high level position that she has.
So who will you put? Would you really let Asuka run the ship after
Right
WrestleMania?
now, 100%.
The Raw after
100%.
WrestleMania. Will you
Let her
Asuka-
go all out. Like, she needs to usher in the PG-14 era. She needs to be one of those, like, edgy characters.
I just don't see the heavy machine of WWE just banking Asuka the Raw after WrestleMania as new champ. I just don't see it.
What's going on Saturday? I will not be at ISPW, unfortunately, because I have a couple of events to go to. Speaking of upcoming events, like I said, Crash Course is coming up March 26th. There's already a street fight announced between Vinnie Mac and Sean Maluda. And if you know those two, that's going to be a hell of a match. Danny DeMonto is a legend, but Phil Insane has vowed to kill legends. And now the time has come for another one to suffer the same fate as the rest, including names like Bully Ray, Rob Van Dam, and anyone who gives a shit about Tommy Dreamer. Phil's coming for you. The Trumpets of the Apocalypse are going to be a premier tag team in this business, and it's all thanks to Tommy Dreamer's win over the incompetent referee that counted to 3. He doesn't even know how to count. Jesus. Look at this match, Jay. Does this not have banger written all over it? Brian Kendrick versus Encore. Are you kidding me? I'm going to have to spend at least 15 minutes talking to Kendrick like that day to pick his brain a little.
Go
You know
ahead.
the people
Tom.
he's trained, Jay?
I think Tom got a take on Bianca.
Yeah. Let me know what you guys think about this. I've noticed that, the way she comes down to the ring with her high heels and her fashion sense, right? It almost comes off heelish to me. Like, I never can root for anybody who's flaunting how they look. She comes across as being a prima donna. Every episode, she walks down the ring, she's twirling her hair. Why don't they just turn her full heel?
I just don't think they have a number 2. And look who's number 2. She's a tag team champ. So who can really fill in that void to just carry it? And
We're starting to sound like AEW's women's division now, aren't we?
Honestly, Tom, look, and Savage, I agree with Savage. The look on Asuka is a great look on her. It doesn't make her silly. I love that part, but I just don't see the machine behind Asuka the Raw after WrestleMania.
No, I don't think they would have gave her the title shot because there's so many other viable women that they might have put on the list of.
They robbed. Do I remind you? They robbed Asuka of Charlotte Flair's win.
Yes, but that was
should have been
Vince,
Asuka.
and now this is
100%.
Triple H's WrestleMania. Let's not forget that Vince already pulled his cards. Whatever cards he had left to get some matches into Mania, he pulled them. He used them. You got Brock versus Bray. You got fucking Omos, or what is it? Brock versus Omos, and Bray versus Lashley. Right? That's Vince. He got his 2 matches. This is a Triple H production right here, and this ends with Asuka holding that title. I promise you that. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, man. Here we see Sami Zayn being a loser yet again, begging Kevin Owens to be a buddy. He's a loser. Sammy's a loser now. He got kicked out of the bloodline. He should take Kevin Owens' advice and go and talk to Roman and beg for forgiveness from the tribal chief, because it's the smartest move that Sammy can do right now. It's not going to work here with him and KO. What do you guys think?
Like I said, it's coming. Just stay tuned. That's it.
It's always
well
coming.
done.
It's coming next week. It's coming next year.
But as Travis was saying in the chat, yeah, Bianca was heel her entire NXT run. That's right.
Kendrick is an asshole, Holocaust denier, stupid, and evil. Wow. I didn't know all that. Well, I ain't going to talk to him about that shit. I'll definitely talk to him about some wrestling.
Sure.
Some wrestling. Bianca Belair was a heel her entire NXT career. She was. Good point. Stay tuned. Okay. Tom, you're the voice of wrestling. Reason.
Well, somebody says they saw me at Ridgefield Park, and I'm trying to think of who they were. Stay Tuned was at the ETU show, I think.
Oh, you got a stalker now.
But I don't know who it was. The only guy I remember seeing there talking to that I knew was Joe Matthews.
Joe Matthews. Yeah, I don't know. No,
yeah,
Joe
you know
Matthews.
him.
Do
you
I?
know him.
You know
Yeah,
him.
I see him. Ripley, the nice promo. They had like a video package on Ripley, which was awesome. They had her like on just complete beast mode in this package, hyping her up for her match against Charlotte Flair. But up next, ladies and gentlemen, we got to talk about Miz TV. Because Seth freaking Rollins invited Logan Paul to meet him face to face on Raw tonight. Logan Paul comes out first. Of course, the Miz is out first. Logan Paul is going to come out. Crowd was on fire tonight for Seth Rollins, just like his jacket. Logan Paul tells the crowd to shut up. He says this segment has a time limit. Boston, well, would you look what the cat dragged in, says Seth. Live in the flesh, gracing us with his presence. I like this. I like this whole thing, man. Logan Paul actually impressed me tonight with his mic ability.
Yes.
He got on the mic, and he didn't cut a promo. He just talked. But he talked very well. You want to call it a promo? Call it a promo. Usually a promo is something that I feel like he just came on and winged this shit. He didn't write anything down in the back. He came out. He went off the crowd. He went off Seth.
Do promo.
And dude, absolute
beast. Promo.
This kid is an absolute stud, man. And he's gonna put on. If there's one match at WrestleMania that has a chance to be better than MJF versus Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan, whatever the fuck you want to call him, it's this match. Tell me I'm wrong, Jay.
I can't see it, but you never know.
Come on, how good was the Roman Logan match?
Was good, but I just feel Cody's time is Cody's time. And I think it's going to be a great match, whether win or lose. But
that's a good point. Yeah, no, they could steal the show. Logan says I've accomplished more in 1 year than you did in 20. I'm better at your job. I'm on the way in and you're on the way out. And the fact is, Seth, if I were you, I wouldn't like me either. Seth says, here's the thing. You do make a good few points, but what you're missing is none of that is the reason we don't like you. Crowd was actually chanting, and I didn't hear them edit this time. And I'm sure you always listen for the crowd chants. Pretty sure they were saying, fuck Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Pretty distinct.
He said it too. He mouthed it himself. He liked it. I mean, it was almost like as if someone did write what he was supposed to say tonight. It was that good. You know what I'm saying?
It was perfect.
Like, I hope it was a shoot, but it was like,
I think
it was so good.
You know, Seth goes on to say, we don't like you because you are the scum of the earth. You're a coward, a troll, a fraud. You know, what do they call it? A human dumpster fire. And we don't want you in our house. Boston did not come here to see us mince words. Boston came to see us, you know, basically fight. Whatever, man. Long story short, Logan Paul ended up knocking out Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
We'll get into Brock in a second. He's not even on Raw tonight.
That was perfect.
But he knocked him out. Seth got knocked the F out by Logan Paul tonight, man. And then, of course, they made the match official. Now there is a match at WrestleMania between these two. Jay, you got anything else you want to add to that segment?
Yeah, I think, you know, when Logan Paul came in, he was a face. I think we all see he's just natural as a heel. I think any WWE superstar in the back would have sank at once Rollins said what he said. This guy is swimming, and he's swimming farther than beyond I could ever imagine. He's exceeding all my expectations when it comes to, I'm going to call it a shoot promo because that's how I saw it. I was impressed. I loved it. The crowd was on electric, like you said. They were on fire. I mean, I think it did what it did. Look, we all knew this match was going to take place, but I think we're all missing a key factor here. We all got to pay attention that they sold this right hand, this, I guess, powerful punch, and Rollins sold it perfectly. And I think it's going to be part of the story going into this match. And I think
they got a good story. It's one of the better stories in WrestleMania right now.
And it carries over from the storyline with Roman Reigns. Remember, one good punch.
Exactly. And I thought I would be annoyed by it, but I'm not. I actually like it. in this because the way he presents himself naturally as a heel.
What I love is that he is using the Shield to get over in WWE. He has faced Roman Reigns. He has faced Seth Rollins, all while doing John Moxley's,
and how many superstars
like using that Moxley mentality, Maverick kind of, character.
How many stars would dream to be in that spot, to do it all in a year, fight 2 out of the 3 of the greatest in the Shield?
That's wild, man. And he steals.
Savage, stay tuned, has a good take. What do you think about Miz?
Miz is Miz. What about Miz? Miz is irrelevant to this. He's the host.
He's saying, do you think Miz is going to interfere in the match at Mania?
No,
stay tuned.
No, not at all. No way. Miz is hosting WrestleMania. He's not going to give a shit.
We said that to The Rock. Look what happened there.
Guy came on and basically said, basically said to everybody that Seth is better than him. So you may be wondering why I would get back in the ring with a guy like Seth Rollins after what he did to me, like a little punk. So not a good look there, but I don't think Miz is going to interfere. I mean, it's not impossible. I hope not. I'd rather just see a clean match, clean finish.
What is the host of WrestleMania? It just you come out in the beginning and announce the show, and then that's
in a little time. You just have a couple of segments throughout the night.
Right.
It's bullshit. Doesn't mean anything. New Day was the host. Get out of here. Host doesn't mean shit. Miz is the host of my nuts. And they're way bigger than his. Now we're gonna get Omos versus Dolph Ziggler. Mustafa Ali is gonna talk a little shit basically earlier in the night, telling him that, hey, I'm the one that got you the match against Omos. Ziggler's like, why would you do that, man? Bottom line is this: look at the size difference. And there is a size difference, and that's it. Choke slam, and this match is over because of the size.
Dang.
That's what happens. Again, MVP was talking shit on the mic, saying, you wanted hype, Brock, for the match. You want me to sell the match? I sold the match to you.
That's how you see it. I see it differently.
I didn't say how I see it. That's what happened. That's what he said.
This is insane right now, Savage. A former champion getting squashed like this. This is insane right now. And I can't. And I'm still. Look, guys. Somebody got to hit me or give me or Savage.
The match started.
I can't.
And then the match ended.
What happened?
The match started. And then the match ended. This is it. This is the match.
I can't believe Omos and Lesnar are. I can't believe this. I really can't.
I'll believe it because it's real. I'm gonna move on unless anybody has something to say about this.
I just want to say I just can't believe Dolph Ziggler is at this point in his career. He is probably the most underrated wrestler in the history of this sport to never really been given a full run. I think he could have been the next Shawn Michaels as a heel. That talented. And for some reason, Vince don't like him. Savage, were you at the Raw the night after WrestleMania? Remember the WrestleMania you were at, WrestleMania 29? Were you at the Raw the following night when Ziggler won the title over Alberto Del Rio?
It was a great match. I saw it on TV live.
He was so over.
Big E, and
he was so over.
Oh, of course, yeah, that was over. But listen, if the fans wanted Ziggler, they would have made it happen. They would have bought the shirts. They would have bought the merch.
We did that. It didn't work. It didn't work twice, right?
He wasn't selling merch the way you need to sell merch to be the guy.
Wasn't the guy.
But, if he is there to put people over, and I'm okay with that because I always believe in giving back, there is no better person to put people over than Dolph Ziggler. No better person.
Less than 60 seconds?
Maximum male models.
Well, notwithstanding the Omos match.
They tell Corbin he has no hair. He says Bruce Willis is bald, does Corbin. They tell him, you're no Bruce Willis. This segment was actually a little funny. I got a little chuckle, nothing great. Look over there to the stunning beefcake. They're referring to Otis. They tell Corbin, you see that short or ugly one over there referring to Gable? Handle him and I'll consider taking you on as a client. Corbin goes on to say, consider it done. We're going to get a match coming up next. Johnny Gargano's going head-to-head with Finn Balor. But first, Paul Heyman straight up says, if you don't get your brother back this week, the tribal chief is going to blame you. Good storytelling here. Again, these little small clips. They get us pumped. But this match is coming up next. I guess we'll get right into it. WrestleMania is coming up. It's going Hollywood April 1st, April 2nd. Make sure you order it on Peacock. Johnny Gargano coming out with Dexter Lumis. Finn coming out with Judgment Day. It was an okay match. I thought it could have been a little better. Kind of short. Kind of ruined. Because Edge is a piece of shit. I'm so sick of Edge. I'd fire Edge. That's who I'd fire. I'm over it, man. Send his ass to AEW so we can see Edge and Christian comeback tour versus the Hardy Boys, and they could all jump off a ladder together and all fucking croak at the same time. I'm over it. Does anybody have anything to say about Judgment Day and Gargano? Like, I'm just sick of this, man. I know it's setting up the match between Finn Balor and Edge at WrestleMania, obviously, right? Probably going to be Demon Finn.
You know, I'm gonna say something. I really thought like Ripley and Priest did a bad job tonight. I mean, I get it, Edge music's out there and they're just standing there, but come on, one person's gonna turn back and just be like, "Come on, you're just standing there." I felt it took too long. I don't know. I didn't buy it. I wasn't buying it.
I don't care. I'm over Edge. Tom, you have anything to say on this? I really don't care.
No.
I know what's gonna happen. It's predictable.
Nothing to say.
Nothing to say. See, because it's bad. Now, this was great. I missed SmackDown, so I really enjoyed this part of the night because it really went to town on showing what happened on SmackDown again. And it looked like it was a hell of a segment between Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Roman making it very personal, telling him about his father and how his father never talked about Cody. He said, "You know what your father used to say about you? Nothing. Nothing." And then that got Cody tight. Because Cody said, "Oh, you want to take it there? Because now I have to beat you. Now I have to beat you." And he shook his hand. Roman rocking away laughing. No physicality. Perfectly done. Perfect build-up segment. Cody looked like an absolute star in this, man. Look at him. Just a star. I loved it. Super happy with the way it went, man. And then we go from that to this. And my level of excitement went down all the way. It's like when you're on a roller coaster, you know, when you're going up, Tom, and you get to the top. That's where I was with Cody and Roman. Oh. And then Edge here, this is like the end of the ride. Edge got done dirty. He should have had a one-on-one main event with Roman Reigns.
He's too old.
Since then, I haven't looked at him the same way.
Because he's too old. Looks old. That's why they screwed him. They thought
I wasn't happy with that double pin at the end of Mania last year, right? Or the year before?
I think it was like 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah. Fucking, they go by so fast. All right, now we're gonna get Nikki Cross versus Piper Niven, and this was the match. Nikki Cross came out, and then Piper Niven won the match, and that was it. Nikki Cross came out, Piper Niven won the match, complete squash, basically. Nikki, I guess they said on commentary she tried her best.
Is Nikki Cross supposed to hold on Niven while she comes down for the slam? Because it looked like she just lost her grip or something. It was like
you should hold on, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she was holding on.
Depending on the move, if it's like a power, if it's like that world strong. What did she do? The world's strongest slam?
No, it was like, the spin slam. I don't know.
Spin slam?
Sidewalk slam.
Yeah. You definitely hold on.
But she didn't hang on. It looked like she was losing her grip. That way it looked bad. Like
she was probably going fast, man.
Yeah,
I wish I had
bad.
a shot at that.
Bad. I just wanted to know how it went down.
Tom, what'd you think of the match?
I didn't even know they wrestled.
Here you go. Here we go. I love it, Tom.
How long was this match?
Like I said, I mean, maybe you don't believe me when I say it. All right, Nikki Cross came out to the ring, and then Piper Niven won the match.
I must have left the room for a second.
Now we have Boogs and Elias, and basically these two clowns are talking, and Elias is telling him, go tell Bronson Reed that you want to fight him. Say, I want to fight him. Go to Bronson Reed and say, I want to fight you. I want to fight you. Go tell him that you want to fight him. Say, I want to fight you, Bronson. Boogs is obviously, He doesn't know any better. He goes over there and tells Bronson Reed, hey, Elias wants to fight you.
That was funny.
That was good. I liked it. John Cena returns now. And this to me was, I hate to say it, but this was probably the segment of the night.
Yep.
John Cena came out and did his return. Theory, of course, has to have his little say, right? He's going to come out too. There's John coming out. Looks very emotional there when he's first coming out. This first time coming back in the Boston arena. His whole family's there. Theory comes out, looks like a star, has the title on his shoulder, basically saying you're a John Cena wannabe. You know, the crowd was chanting for Cena. Theory came up before Cena could even say anything. And he goes off on a whole rant saying, you inspired me. I have a gift for you. Better than any movie you're going to do. No one believes in you. You're like a trunk away from being a jabroni, says Cena. You have the best name in WWE history. No one would think that, you know, Stone Cold, The Rock. No. Theory, Austin Theory is the best name because that's what you are. You're a theory. You should be great. You know, you should be like, you are great, actually, right? You're great. You work hard. You run fast. In theory, everyone should be able to see, but, you know, no one cares. No one cares about you, and you're wasting our time. And on our behalf, Boston's behalf, we would like to give you a gift. Shut up, turn around, get out of the ring. We'll let you walk out of here in one piece. I ain't going anywhere just like that. Bald spot on your head. Cena then takes his hat off, and the bald spot is remarkably gone. And let's start on that first. Did you guys notice the bald spot being gone?
I liked how he covered it.
Right? He got good work done.
But we all knew once he didn't take the hat off for like the first 10 seconds why.
How about you, Tom? Was that a nice little comeback there? I don't think Theory was ready for that. I think that was like a shoot.
You know, I was so overtaken by Cena's performance tonight. He is a master. His job tonight was to put over Austin Theory. And I mean, I would love to know, was this something that the back, who wrote this for him? Was it him speaking from the heart?
I know this was a shoot. This was a shoot.
It sounded like it, but
this was a shoot. No script here.
It was magnificent what Cena did. I've never seen Cena actually put anybody over like this before with words the way he did. I loved it.
Dude, I mean, he basically went in on him. He said, I see all the shirts there. He goes on to say, never give up. You know, John, what are you doing? You're giving up? He challenges him to a match at Mania. Basically, John says no. He says, why are you giving up? All your fans, you know, here tonight, he got the fans involved. Theory brought the fans into it. He said, where's the hustle, loyalty, respect, John? It was good. It was very good. He said, it's hard to realize that your childhood hero, you know, and pay close attention to this because you don't actually want to meet your hero because all they do is end up disappointing you.
Right.
Cena goes on to say, you're really dumb son of a bitch, which I didn't even expect him to say that. I did not say no because I gave up. I said no to your ass because you're not ready. If I have a match with you at Mania and I win, you lose everything. You're done. Done. If we have a match at Mania and you win, you still lose everything. And then what happens? Right. He says, you don't deserve that spot at WrestleMania. You're not even remotely ready for it. But now let me bring out someone that is. Out comes Cody Rhodes. So at the same time, not only does he do the job for Theory in the ring, get the match to Mania going, but he puts the rub over on Cody Rhodes to hold the GOAT, right? Vince McMahon calls Cena the GOAT, as a lot of fans do. And then he just puts Cody's hands up to say, this is the guy now. Everybody get on board with the American Nightmare because this is the guy. He deserves that spot, not a piece of shit like Theory, who's a dumb son of a bitch, apparently.
Masterful. I can't emphasize it enough.
I agree. Steven Chambers has to be a shoot. Yeah, because I feel like Theory got kind of flustered there I think Cena flustered him. I think so. With that bald spot. I don't think Theory was ready for that. That's just me. I don't know. It was great, though. It was a great word to use, Tom. It was masterful. Well done. Excellent storytelling. Long-term storytelling. There's going to be all kinds of things great because you see them shaking hands here. But one day, maybe Cena could be challenging Cody Rhodes for that title. I don't think Cena's title picture shot is not over yet. There's more to that story. Someone's going to become 17-time champion. Look at this loser back on Raw again, guys. He's back again.
Who? No.
Look at these winners. Otis, man, like you said, man, has the best luck in WWE getting the ladies, huh?
I know.
Now we're going to have a match, Corbin versus Chad Gable. I was excited about this match. You see Maximum Male Models watching in the back, and Maxine Dupree is looking good, Jay. You see that? That's quality. And Gable wins. Makes Corbin tap out, which is unbelievable. I mean, Corbin has to have like the worst 2023 of any wrestler in the world right now.
Maybe
This guy's in the Indies with a better record than Corbin right now.
Yeah, maybe he should go a whole year without winning. That'd be funny.
I'd like to push Chad Gable, but Miz goes Hollywood, does his little Top Gun commercial with his wife. Great, nobody cares. Trish Stratus and new women's champions, tag team champions, Becky Lynch and Lita. They're gonna come to the ring, right? Great. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so angry about this because I thought the whole reason for this was to get rid of Damage Control and not put them in a WrestleMania spotlight. And me personally, this bothers me because now this confirms there's no Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania, probably.
Looks like she's really injured.
I was expecting Ronda and Shayna to come out tonight and challenge for the tag team titles. And then maybe Bayley comes out to like help because Trish is there. And then Trish and Bayley have a match at Mania. But that doesn't happen. And now we got a 3-on-3 match. The titles, are they even on the line? What kind of nonsense is this? Why are we making these gold titles that aren't even going to be defended at your grand stage show?
I feel they should do double duty. They should be night 1 defending the belts, then night 2 put that show on.
That could happen, yeah.
So maybe we see them on SmackDown and then they have a match?
They should be on both nights.
I like that idea, Jay. I love the optimism on that one, and I hope that happens.
Hope so too.
But this is the match I wanted to see. We even got the camera shot of it. I really thought they could put on a great one-on-one match at Mania.
Yeah, I was disappointed. I really wanted that more than anything in this segment. It just let me down.
Bayley's good enough to carry that match for Trish for 30 minutes.
Really carry Trish,
100%. Trish can still go too. She's in great shape, but Bayley's in her prime. She could have easily carried this match into a classic.
I'm not a fan of the 3-on-3. I'm personally not.
No, I'm not.
I don't think Lita or Trish need that much carrying.
Tom, what's your say on all this?
Agree with stay tuned that this is just something that Vince wants Trish Stratus and Trish Stratus and Lita involved in just for star power. And so they had to make a 6-man.
It's pitiful. It's pitiful like this match we're going to see next week on Raw. Elias will take on Bronson Reed. Edge calls out Finn Balor next week on Raw. Bianca Belair taking on Chelsea Green. And this is another gripe I have. Why do we have the champion always wrestling on Raw? Why isn't the challenger wrestling on Raw? Why are you making it harder path to WrestleMania for the champion and not for the challenger? Does that make any sense? Asuka should have a match if Bianca has a match. That's just my opinion. Roadblock tomorrow. Gonna be sickening. I'll be here 8 p.m. watching it live, and we go live 10:30 to talk about it. And it's gonna be Tom. If you watch one NXT show this year, this is the one you want to watch. You have that big feud blood match between Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. Indus Shear's gonna get killed.
That's interesting.
Gonna kill the Creed brothers and Braun Breaker. They're dead. Dragunov and JD McDonough are gonna put on like a masterpiece of a match. There's a lot of matches. There's a lot of matches. It's going to be good. It's going to be really good. You should watch it. Now, main event time? Nope. Instead, we're talking about some more upcoming events. We now sponsor Outlaw Wrestling 2023. And this Thursday, that's right, Tom, Jay, this Thursday, Savage and Gilch will be at Outlaw Wrestling at the Queens Brewery. Doors open 7 p.m. Bill time 8 p.m. Ridgewood, New York. There's only a few tickets left, so you should come on down. This is going to be a great show. And look at the match that got added on because of Savage. Aaron Rourke, who's been on this show, Tom.
Yeah.
And I had, Savage got the job done. He had a conversation with the people over at Outlaw and let them know Aaron Rourke is someone that needs to be on the card ASAP. There's also going to be a match going to be announced in a few months. I got Aaron Rourke. He's going to be taking on Mike Speedball Bailey from Impact. And I'm praying that we can make that match go viral, make this match go viral, and get my man Aaron Rourke signed up to Impact or NXT, or just get him to that next level, man. And by the way, this giant over here that I showed you earlier, guys,
Metric
just
time.
so you know, that guy right there was on The Young Rock. He was in an episode of The Young Rock when they did a battle royal. He was also in AEW Dark, Jay. This guy, watch out for Big Ben. He's also the Invictus social media champion. I just make sure you guys keep an eye out for
I don't
him.
even remember packing AEW Dark.
This match is going to be great. I'm so happy I'm going to be there to see this match. Call it. Savage will be there. You guys should all come down and hang out, have a couple of drinks. And we're also going to see Tina San Antonio taking on Little Mean Kathleen. It's going down live at Outlaw Wrestling. And then, of course, on Saturday, you can watch Billy Gunn and Bull James take on the Iron Savages. It's going to be a great week of indie pro wrestling. Encore Moore's taking on Man Bun Jesus. It's going to be a good match.
Jeez.
And Creator Pro coming up Sunday, March 19th. Tommy Dreamer invades Dreamland USA. All the stars of Creator Pro. I wonder if Mr. Maxwell Jacob Friedman will be back there. And if he is, Savage will be ready. Only match that I know that's been announced for sure, Vargas versus Phil Cardigan. Poor Phil Cardigan. I hope you survive, Vargas. And Invictus having their upcoming show. Like I said earlier, Tom, if you want, this is far down the road, well after WrestleMania. This is a good time, not too far from you. It's in the Bronx, right over the bridge. You come on down. In Bloom, April 28th. Tickets on sale now. Going to be a good show. But let's get back to Raw. It's going to be Sami Zayn versus Jimmy Uso. They're going to have a match. It's going to be so cool and hyped. And there we see Jay. Jay's back. Oh my God, it's Jay. It's Jay. Everybody's so happy. Jay's here. Oh my God, what's he going to do? He ends up causing a distraction. Ends up causing his brother to lose the match. Sami Zayn's happy. Look at them. They're hugging. Everybody's so happy. Oh, it's Jay and it's Sami, and they love each other, and it's going to be, no, you son of a bitch, you fucking cocksucker. I'm all about the fucking family, man. Beats the shit out of him. And where's KO? KO has left the building because he said remotely many times he doesn't give a shit about Sami Zayn. But Cody Rhodes does, apparently, and Cody is here to save the day. Yeah. And that's how Raw ends. What did you guys think? I'll go to you first, Tom. Main event, Raw, and your overall general consensus on Monday Night Raw tonight.
So what I liked most about that segment was the announcers kept quiet, and also none of the participants in that final angle said anything. It was all facial expressions, and it was tremendous. I mean, really, and it took you in one direction, and then at the very end, it went another direction once Sami Zayn got super kicked. I give it double thumbs up. I was very impressed with it. Very impressed. And overall, you asked me about my overall feeling about this show. So what I thought overall was all the interview segments tonight hit home runs. Maybe not so much the women's, but all like the Logan Paul, Seth Rollins, the Cody Rhodes, Roman, this final segment, and then the other one with Cena and Austin Theory, all hit home runs tonight. The wrestling was secondary, and I'm okay with that when you're building for something like WrestleMania.
Okay. Jay, how about you? What do you think? Same questions.
I don't know. I just felt like we were robbed of the match. I felt like I saw, too much picture to picture.
Actually, I was going to bring that up. Great point, Jay. I was so tight that the main event immediately goes to picture in picture.
Yeah.
Very annoying.
So, I really thought the match was short. I don't know if it was like a 5-minute match, but it just It was unnecessary.
It was about like
I think Tom's money when he says he loved to say it was terrific, man. I think this storyline is just awesome. I love the huge pop. The crowd went bananas. I was going bananas, and then the betrayal happened. We see Cody Rhodes out. I'm starting to think possibly is he going to get involved? Is he going to bring these two back together as best friends and challenge for the belts now that Jay did what he did?
Could happen. Could very well happen.
I don't know.
Were you happy with Raw tonight in general, though, or?
I think Tom said perfectly wrestling is secondary because I didn't really see it, but I think the Logan Paul Seth delivered, and I think the John Cena Theory delivered. I think it exceeded my expectations, John Cena and Theory.
Yeah, Tom said it best. The promos tonight were what Raw was all about. The interviews, the segments, lack of wrestling. All the matches that were supposed to be good were not. And then the matches that, could have had more time were squash matches. Corbin and Gable fully capable of putting on a banger of a match. Instead, we just make him tap out. Probably the same for Piper and Nikki. They probably could have put on a hell of a match too, but
I do appreciate Gable getting the win though.
Yeah, I do. I think Gable is going to get a push. He's well deserving of a push. We'll see what happens. They're probably going to be, obviously, it's probably going to be one big segment at Mania between Maximum Male Models, Corbin, Gable, Otis. Who knows? I don't even care. I want them to get away from all that and Gable get away from Otis and have a singles thing after Mania. I hope we'll see that. Tomorrow, like I said, NXT Roadblock. Tom, I know you're probably going to be offline. If you do end up watching it, you're always open to invite here on Wrestling with Savage. And otherwise, we'll see Anthony tomorrow. And then Wednesday night, we're back here for Dynamite. And Thursday, I hope to see one of you at Outlaw, hopefully. Jay, it's in Queens. I mean, you got no excuse. It's late at night. Starts at 8 o'clock.
Might work.
So
I'm going to let you.
So Totowa Tom is involved, obviously, with Totowa. And we just announced today through social media that we are presenting Totowa Day 4. I think I might have sent the link to you guys. And that's going to happen June 10th. And it's the 125th anniversary of the town of Totowa. But what's special about it...
Are you like a fifth generation Totatoan?
No, I'm first, actually.
Okay.
But what's special about it is that ISPW Wrestling will be there.
Okay, cool.
But... there's a lot of preparation that goes into an event like this. So we meet the second Thursday of every month. And I think I had mentioned that to you. Thursdays are kind of hard for me because at least half the time I'm in these meetings. So I won't be able to partake in the activities on Thursday.
Oh, no.
Long story short.
No worries, brother. It's all good. There's going to be shows nonstop, so you're not required to come to any of them. But, if you can make it to a couple, we're always happy to have you. All right, guys. I guess that was it for Monday Night Raw. I had a good time. If you haven't watched MJF versus Bryan Danielson, go back and watch it. The Hangman match, I didn't like it starting off. It got a little hardcore. By the way, fuck that kid that got hit in the face with tequila. If you come to AEW with your fucking kid, expect to get disrespected by MJF. If you're dumb enough to bring your kid to the front row in AEW and you don't understand what MJF is going to do to your kid, then it's your fault, just like Snitsky says. And anyway, the parent right there did nothing for their kid. If it's my kid, it's a different story. I'm there in the moment. I dare MJF to throw tequila in my son's face because it won't end the same way. We would have had a new champion last night, Totowa Tom. We would have had a new champion last night in Bryan Danielson if MJF would have threw tequila in my son's face. But that's me.
It was tequila?
It was
like
tequila.
Man.
Well, honestly, the tequila could be a bunch of rumors that are going around in the internet. So I'm going to believe the internet on that one. It sounds a much better story with tequila. And anyway, that kid is an unsung hero. In 20 years, when he's a big wrestling fan, he'll be like, I got hit in the face with tequila from MJF. It is great. We'll see him on his podcast, Wrestling with Dipshit, episode 66. And this has been Wrestling with Savage, episode 184, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool. And we're out of here. Everybody have a good night. Jay's gone. Tom's gone.
I'm excited.
Nice stiff.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, brought to you live by the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. SmackDown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.